Our Mother Earth is a crazy mix of different souls from different stars, positive and negative, incarnated in human bodies, and that makes up the population of this world. And some of these souls, especially those who rule the world, come from negative soul groups like the Anunnaki and the Draconians. So I've been working a lot with ancient knowledge since I've been here in South Africa, investigating, going deep, asking, questioning, channeling how the Anunnaki have affected our planet and who they are. What do you know about the Anunnaki? I want to ask you. Do you know a lot about them? Have you heard about them? The question is, where can you get proper information? So what I decided to do, I decided to do a deep dive into the Akashic Records and take one of my students that I work with in my courses, because she actually was on Niburu. She actually incarnated there as a slave, as an Orion soul, enslaved by the Anunnaki, and she was taken to Niburu, where the Anunnaki are from. That's their home planet, right? So I thought it would be interesting to share with you the original footage of a Zoom call I did in my courses, the Starseed Origins course and the Starseed Manifestation course, where we actually do the work. So, first contact with Niburu, the first vision of the Anunnaki and what happened on their home planet, is just a very, very small start of the channelings that I will do. So, I hope you enjoy it. So I invite you to come with me, because the beautiful thing is, when I dive into the Akashic Records and I invite you to come with me, you can actually journey with me and see, perceive, channel, and experience what I'm seeing too. So let's go. Let's go to Niburu.
You said you were really curious to dive deep into my life on Niburu as a slave.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh, we gotta do that. You were on Niburu as a slave. That's right. Okay, my friends. I'm so I'm seeing you here now. We gotta do this. This is exciting. Okay, so today we're going to finish this, and all my other beautiful, I'm so sorry, but I can't close this record now. I can't. Okay, keep the record open. Keep it open. This is super interesting, everybody. This is amazing. Wow. Oh, you Starseed Origins people, you're gonna love this. So Mira is like, wow, a very interesting soul. So Mira, her main expression is Arcturus. She has a very high vibration. Hawkins scale 538. 5D quotient, lived now in body and soul, 12%. So Mira, you are right up there, man, right up there. Divine power, the primary gift. So she is very powerful. You're gonna reach your goal easy, Mira. Like I'm just tuning in again. Amazing. So a really amazing soul story. So Arcturian is like, yes, 3,891 lives lived on Arcturus. But didn't I ask you for your picture, Mira?
Yes, you did.
I was like,
you didn't believe.
I was like,
you didn't believe.
This is like I was like, Orion. So Mira is an Orion soul, a positive original Orion soul. And the Orion souls are very powerful, very powerful. And I said, Mira, can I have a picture? Because I wanted to see like, Orion and Arcturus, how does that all come together? And then I saw you, I'm like, oh yeah, there is the Orion power, because the Orion souls, they're like, boom, right? Very powerful, very, they're like the druids. They have that druid energy. They can go dark, they can go deep, they're light. You've had many beautiful blueprints, and you lived through the Orion Empire overtanement. That's the thing that happened, right? And you've had many blueprints. Then you were taken by the Orion Empire, by the negatives, to Polaris as a slave and to Niburu as a slave. And then you came to Arcturus. And then you were on Arcturus as a very highly dimensional soul. And I think you were on Arcturus before Earth, right? I think that's the case. So this is a fascinating soul history, my friends. Very fascinating. So that's why we have to dive in here. Look at that life and then look at the karma. So let's do this. Yes. Let's do it. Okay. Let's dive in here. Very beautiful, interesting soul. Nibiru. I've never been on Nibiru. But now we know one person who is an Anunnaki. Nibiru is the Anunnaki planet, eh? You guys know that?
Yeah.
Nibiru is where the Anunnaki originate and live. So Mira was taken as a slave to Polaris and Nibiru by the Dark Ones. And there's people I've met who've been even on Alpha Draconis, on different places, taken as slaves. So that's very interesting. But she made it out. And that's like all power to you. We know now that Putin is Anunnaki, right? You saw that video, guys?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Yeah, he's an Anunnaki line walker, a line walker. One of those line walkers. I'm still open with the record with Mira. Let me tune in a little bit here and see what comes up. Never been on Nibiru. Can we go to Nibiru? Can I see this? Well, of course, we've done this work. Orion Empire overtatement. So this is galactic history that we're going to go into and see. I have no idea what Nibiru looks like or looked like when you were there. So let me see. Was it Orion? Was it then Polaris? Was it then Nibiru? The Orions were overtaken by the Orion Empire, which is mostly Draconian, right? Yes. Polaris overtaken, was that by Draconians? Yes. The Nibiru was Anunnaki. So I guess they kind of sold you off or something. The Draconians sold you off to the Anunnaki. Oh my gosh.
They had enough of me.
Maybe you were like too rebellious. And I think you said this whole story did resonate a little bit to you, didn't it? It doesn't sound too crazy or far off, does it?
No, it doesn't. I do feel I have a lot of oppression and trauma attached to my soul.
Yeah. But I mean, it's in your soul history, but you purged, with 3,891 Arcturian lives, you've like transcended all of that. I feel that lies in the past, and you've overcome that. And you're also a council member, right? So you've been in councils, you've a very, very old soul with so much experience. And I even have here 2 other incarnational places besides for those that didn't come up as important. So, but there's more. So let's see if we can go in. So everybody, let's go together to Nibiru and do a little journey. I invite you into my Akashic record, everybody, to go with me. So you can just kind of close your eyes a little bit if you want. Just tune in and so easily, just come with me. You're in my energy field. We're all together here as a beautiful group. You're all divine, high dimensional, high vibrational star seeds. We can all do this. It's not a big deal. We'll just all go there and just tune into Nibiru, that planet on its elliptical orbit around the sun that comes here every 8,000 years. And just tuning in a little bit to that, tuning into Anunnaki energy. Remember, outside of time and space, I feel the Anunnaki have become positive again in the future somewhere, or in the time-space continuum. I feel that they've come through. But we're looking at a time where in the now and the past, they are still negative, okay? Nibiru, Mira. So through Mira's soul history, going back through time, we can get a correct entry point into Niburu. So I want the most significant lifetime where she was on Niburu, I guess as a slave, is that correct? Yes. Humanoid, so human type person, slave. She was there with the Anunnaki. So we're going to jump in and just travel, counting down. Everybody ready? With 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Just easily following along. We're just jumping off into time and space. We're going backward in time now, backward in time. And it's almost like everything is reversing. Back in time, backward and backward and backward. And our guides are flying with us through the universe, backward through time and space, along that energetic pathway of Mira, who's here with us today. That beautiful, strong Orion soul going backward along that path, along that thread. You feel the thread. We're being pulled. I'm being pulled backward and down. We're being pulled down into a planetary sphere that is like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. It's a planet that's pretty big. It's big. It's big, bigger than Earth. It seems to be a bit chaotic there. I'm seeing so many colors, feeling a lot of energies. Lots of different beings there, I feel. Let's see what dimension it is. What's the dimension? Is it 3D? It's a third dimensional planet. It's a 3D planet. It is a 3D planet. Is it a negative 4D planet? No, it's not a negative 4D planet. It's a 3D planet, okay? A planet of polarity still hasn't kind of catapulted itself into negative dimensions yet. Okay, I feel this is quite early. This is a long time ago. A long time ago. Let me see. This is before the Anunnaki came to Earth. This is before the Anunnaki came to Earth, okay? This is a long time before that. This is like galactic history of the past. Very old. And I feel this is when Niburu was not completely negative yet. That soul group was kind of mixed a little bit, but it was pretty far gone. It was pretty far gone. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm seeing a parallel timeline. There's a little bit of parallel energy of what Earth is going through now. It's like Earth is going through what Niburu went through, but Niburu went further and down and down and further and further and further. So Earth is at a split point right now where they could become like a little bit of a Niburu or a split of version of Earth. That's what I'm feeling. So they went through that kind of manipulation, negativity. They used to be positive and they turned negative, right? I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. Did I freeze a bit? Am I still here? Just yes. Thank you. Good.
Yes, maybe if you turn off camera again for a second, maybe it's gonna be better.
Yes. Stopping the video. So if I start to freeze, please let me know. Interrupt me because this is important. Are you guys with me? Are you feeling it, seeing it, or anything like that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. So this, I feel there is a parallel. There is a parallel. So the Anunnaki know exactly what they're doing here because they kind of did it before to their own planet. The Draconians were not there. I just want to check that. I feel they were not there. This is all the Anunnakis doing of their own doing, but I am feeling the influence of another negative race on Niburu, where the Anunnaki were. Like a very strange influence, almost like the influence of a kind of a, because the Mantis being came to me, right? I think the Mantis beings are here now helping us understand this. I think there was a negative influence of some sort on Niburu that had them go negative. It was, I don't know, very strange. It was almost like some kind of archon, you know, the archons, some sort of weird beingness virus of a light blue kind that overcame them, that they allowed in somehow, and they kind of influenced them with some very weird, it had to do with magic and energy. That's why they use magic and energy here too. Like very manipulative, strange type of thing going on, almost like a light blue veil of strange archon energies that had to do with the downfall of that race. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Yes, exactly. Yes, the Mantis, like a collective, exactly. So not the mantises, but the mantises are helping us understand that, because I've really felt into the Mantis collective the other night. Beautiful, a beautiful one, but this is a negative collective that came over that planet. And remember, a planet that is completely positive cannot be infiltrated. It means that they were already on a very negative path. They manifested these weird collective beings that made them more negative, just like the humans on Earth manifested the Draconians and the Anunnaki by being negative, right? So negative mostly, but still some resistance / positivity in pockets. So this is like if Earth would continue to go negative in 2,000 years, something like that, right? But we have more resistance. We have more starseeds. They did not have positive starseeds helping them, I feel. I don't see that. They had the slaves brought there, but not an empowered community of starseeds like we have here on Earth. I don't think they had that. They were like pretty far gone. I don't think they sent out the call. I don't think the same thing happened that happened on Earth. Maybe we all came to Earth because of what happened on planets like Nibiru and Orion, where they turned pretty negative, right? So we didn't want Earth to go down that road. So let's see. Let's continue. Let's go deep again. Let's dive right in. Let's dive in. Let's jump onto the surface of the planet with 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's go. Dive in. Okay, there's an ocean. This is, okay. I'm somehow seeing like a station underneath the water in the ocean, almost like an Atlantis type thing. I don't know what that is. Okay, I feel those are stations of positive Nibiruians, Anunnakis, that are hiding under the oceans. Wow. I think Mira was able to escape to there, and that's how she got away to Arcturus. So I'm just seeing that some underwater stations, huge civilizational places to hide away from the negatives, where people could escape. And some slaves escaped to there, and they were able to escape the karmic cycle and the reincarnational cycle. Because wow, the Anunnaki, they're tricky, man. I'm feeling that they were even able to put a spell upon their slave people through incarnations. Like, of course they did. I mean, they put the slave matrix spell upon us. And so when we incarnate again, it comes down upon us again, and we have to free ourselves. So they did the same thing to their slaves there, right? They put you into an incarnational bind with spells and all kinds of stuff. Okay, but you, Mira, I think you never turned negative. You're always positive, always. You never even turned close to negative. Mm-mm. You were just caught there. But I'm somehow not feeling, Mira, that you were like completely like super I don't know. You always had like a very strong positive spirit, even in what was happening. A very strong positive spirit. You managed to do your thing anyways and live your lives with some joy and with some resilience and with some, you weren't the complete enchained slave that just lived trauma lifetime after lifetime. No, you did not do that, Mira. You were right there saying, you guys, I'm here, but I'm getting out of here. I still have my consciousness. You were not completely under these spells that you forgot who you were, Mira. You never forgot who you were, I feel. You didn't.
That's awesome.
Yes. You have that strong base that you still knew, even though you lived these lives, that this is not your life, this is not normal, that you're not really a slave. You were able to maintain a high percentage of high vibe consciousness, and only partially those spells worked on you. Just like us starseeds, these spells did not work that well on all starseeds, right? That's why a lot of us throughout our lives have not had a high percentage of the slave matrix, or we've been able to purge it more easily. So with you, the same. So let's see. I want to see what society looked like there. What did society look like? Take me out of the underwater station to the planetary surface. Give me a vision. I want a vision, please. Give me a vision. Okay. Please let it be clear. I'm seeing mantis beings. I don't know why I'm seeing the mantis beings. I think, wow. I'm seeing green mantis beings there. Really huge ones. Who are they? Why are they there? Are they positive or negative? Positive. I feel the mantis beings went there to try to help that planet. And I feel they incarnated as gigantic mantis beings. Kind of like huge cows or something to them. I don't know. That's just something weird I'm seeing. So I think the mantis beings were there because they wanted to go against those weird blue archonic things. Okay. Very strange. Okay. That's why mantis came to me, so they could help me with this vision. So the mantises came to assist. But they're almost transparent. What did the Niburu people look like? What did the Anunnaki look like? Show me the Anunnaki. Come on, let's get to the point, please, with the vision. We can take it. We can take it. I'm seeing some barren landscapes, as though there's been a war there. Some places blasted and white. It looks very like barren and white, as though the atmosphere has been thinned. Like signs of some weird war. Almost like a white desert blasted landscapes and cities that once were but are no more. I'm seeing like a huge part of that planet is kind of destroyed. It's been destroyed by them. And the atmosphere is thin. Maybe that's why the survivors went underground, under the oceans, because they, through their wars and negativity, had destroyed a huge part of their atmosphere. That's why they went to Earth to get gold, to put it in the atmosphere, right? Now I'm seeing it. That's why the underwater stations, because the air was not that breathable. It wasn't easy to breathe the air. And that's why you don't really see a lot of people walking around. Where are they though? Where are they? Where are they? And I see them really pale. I've seen that before. The Anunnaki seem like very pale, like colorless, as though the color has been sucked out of them, like human beings a little bit, but larger and very, very pale. Like no color to their skin at all. And like very emotionless. I'm starting to see them a little bit now. Like kind of tall, not ugly looking, like actually kind of as though there used to be gods, like these Roman Greek gods, kind of like that, but very pale and bloodless somehow, and whitish, and not happy at all. A lot of them like very negative and kind of harsh, kind of cold, emotionless. It's probably they turned that way, like the grays of the future of humanity, you know? The grays is like all the life sucked out of all the life sucked out of them, or out of humans. I'm just reading here. Collective negative force. Not Mantis. Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. The mantises that I saw, I think seriously were the Mantis collective, the positive ones coming to try to help and put some positivity in there. Okay, so let me see. It's like I don't really want to tune into the energy of these horrible Anunnaki. Like, Okay. Yeah, I see them like kind of with harsh jawline, like white skin, colorless skin. And I'm not seeing that many of them. I feel at this time they've already gone. A lot of them have gone to conquer other places. And there's maybe 10% of the population left. And they have brought in slaves there because that's what they do. And there's still some positive ones that are under the ocean and in other places, trying to get away. And it's like, it's a really weird situation. But it's a big planet and there used to be many, many, many people there. That's what I saw at first. So where is Mira? Yeah, I don't know what those slaves are doing there. I don't know what they're doing. I guess being slaves, just serving them. And maybe they're trying to clean up. They're trying to, it seems, I don't know. Right now, what I'm seeing on that planet, it seems kind of a little bit hopeless to save that planet, because it seems like it's been destroyed a lot recently through them warring against each other. And I think the ones who won left the planet, and the ones who lost, like the fractions that lost, are still there trying to save the planet and trying to do cleanup, trying to survive. Very bizarre situation, like an after-war type situation with different groups of people struggling here and there, those landscapes blasted. Let me see a little bit more. And I feel that the people who are left, they are outside sometimes, but it's not a good situation outside. Like the environment is harsh, the climate has been destroyed, the oxygen is like very thin. So people are living inside, more inside these half-destroyed cities and colonies. Everything looks kind of whitish, as though there's a white dust type thing on top of everything, because there's been nuclear explosions and different things like that. So I don't see an organized, thriving planet at all. No. Mm-mm. It reminds me a little bit of what I saw on Hadar. I had visions of Hadar at the end. In the last, years of Hadar, when the Draconians had destroyed it, with just like landscapes blasted, people hiding, running around, everything a bit chaotic. This is a little bit what it's like, but there's more people left on there. And they do have quite a lot of slaves there. Laborers brought in from other planets to help clean up and make it livable. But it feels like the Anunnaki who are there, they're like the ones that are left behind that don't really know what to do. They're like, trying to survive. And the others have left. But they haven't gone to Earth. Very strange. Very bizarre, very bizarre. Let me see. I'm just having my pendulum here. What have you guys? Has anyone seen something too? Or maybe tuned into a different era? Did anyone get something else? Let me know. You can speak or type if you got something else, and then we can continue. Anybody volunteer? You can still hear me, right? We're on your wavelength, says Mercury, okay? Even if you've seen something completely different, yes, says Meta, or perceived different things, because on different eras, there's completely different visions that you can see. But I want to, okay, with Mira now. What does Mira look like? I think Mira, you are still in your original blueprint form. I'm seeing just a very strong, normal, human-looking Orion soul, right? Because they lived as humans as well. You're in human form there. So the blueprint there that's compatible with that 3D type planet is human. And I feel like you just look like a very nice, normal human. You don't look like them. So you're incarnating with your soul in your like original human body form. Because I feel they took you there with spaceships, with physical spaceships. And so you could incarnate in your humanoid form as a normal human. Not looking as horrible as them.
Good.
You saw white mountains landscape before I mentioned the white, yes. Sulfuric yellow skies, heavy air, yes. Atmosphere broken, the landscape dark and dried up. Yeah, absolutely. Like not very nice at all. Yeah, so I see like colonies of slaves, different people being brought there. But I don't really see things growing. I wonder what people live off. I don't see agriculture. I don't see a lot of trees or landscapes, green landscapes. I really don't perceive that. I think maybe they live off the oceans. The oceans still seem to have some life in them. Wow, okay, well, the Anunnaki live off some weird life force thing of others as well. Pretty creepy. I really don't like these people. I don't like the Anunnaki at all. They're not good. They're kind of very elusive as well. I feel they're elusive. They're like dark, magical, elusive, strange, whitish, bloodless, emotionless kind of people. Practicing their dark magic, black magic. But I don't really want to see what they're doing there with their black magic. I think they use magic to keep themselves alive with energy and young looking, and like they use a lot of magic, black magic. But those Orion souls like you, Mira, I think you're a little bit resilient against that type of, against the magic. So they know that they need people that can work for them. They know the extent of the magic they can do or not, even if you're there as a slave. It's interesting. Okay. Wow. Feeling into these Anunnaki, they don't feel good at all. The water is like sulfuric acid to humanoids too. Underground bunker greenhouses. You're just about to say oceans. Yeah, they have some stuff going on there. They have some stuff, but I feel these Anunnaki, I feel they live a little bit off the life force of their slaves as well. Just taking just a little bit. Somehow. I feel they don't have to eat that much. These Anunnaki, somehow. They keep themselves alive with magic, with life force, with different things like that. They're able to do that. And they don't have to eat that many organic things. I think the food is more for the slave people who still have normal 3D bodies that need to eat. I don't know, these Anunnaki, they have some strange kind of dimensional thing going on there. I'm trying to understand it. Okay, so it is a 3D planet still, but it's a very heavy negative 3D planet, like almost going into the nightmare realms, but not yet. But those Anunnaki, they are like, that's why they don't have a lot of Anunnaki incarnate on Earth in human bodies, because I think they have a very strange kind of matrix. It's a matrix that's negative, so most of them have a negatively oriented soul matrix, but they are some weird kind of dimensional shifters. I don't know. Yeah, they are advanced in the way of negatively shifting through dimensions a little bit, or using energy and magic to keep themselves young and alive, like spells and stuff like that. And I'm actually getting that because of the negative use of magic, they turned more and more negative. You know that tale of when you use a lot of magic to keep yourself young all the time, and you put spell upon spell to keep yourself, like they wanted to live forever. I have the feeling, you want to live forever, then at the end you're just like a shell. Your body is just a shell. And somehow you use magic to keep yourself alive, to live forever, and then it really turns you into like a weird kind of creature. I feel they're kind of a little bit like that. Algae type food, exactly, Mercury. That's what I got. I was going to say algae. Oh, algae. The algae, I got that as well, out of the oceans. Absolutely. Thriving off energy of slaves. Yes, food was first. Yes, I got the same thing, Mercury. Okay, Catherine, thank you. Anunnaki live an average of 200,000 years old. Really? I'd never asked about that. Wow, Lily. Really? Oh my gosh. Yes, I think you have something there. I think that's what I was seeing. I'm seeing that they want to live forever. They're after, because they're negative souls. They don't want to die and go to hell. So it's, we positive souls, we know this is just a transition, but the search for eternal life, like Dracula's, that's what they're after. You're absolutely right. Through magic. And that's what got them, because it's not natural, that's what got them so bloodless. That's why, oh my gosh, the Draculas live long and they're bloodless and they feed off others a little bit. The Anunnaki are like that. They're some sort of vampires. That's what they are. They're some sort of weird Draculas. Aha. The Siths from Star Wars. Yes. So you know what? These Draculas, these vampires, they're not draconians. They're Anunnaki. Those cold, bloodless, long-living things, like they're more like the Anunnaki, because the draconians are more primitive, right? The reptiles. So the Anunnaki are the real vampires. They are. And they don't like to incarnate in human bodies because then they can't live forever. That's why you never see Anunnakis incarnate in human bodies, very rarely. Only sometimes when it's necessary, maybe, to take a position like Putin, even though Putin is a line walker, half positive, half negative, you know? That's what I found. Very strange. And I found that Putin has his own agenda. He's not like with the main Anunnaki agenda somehow. Very strange. All right. So he's like a renegade Anunnaki. I don't like him at all, though. You know that there's in the truther movement, people are saying Putin is so positive, but I think he's just going against the others for his own agenda, not because he's the great savior. That's what I feel. Didn't want to talk too much about it on YouTube because then you get bombarded with all these polarity thinking people. Putin is his absolute own agenda. And I don't like him at all. Maybe it's good that he's going against the cabal, you know, with his like holding against them, which may help us on Earth, but I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. Okay, so we digress, but I think this is interesting. So Mira, we're still in Mira's soul record here. Wow. So Mira, you saw all this. You were there.
Wow.
But you held your own. And I feel that those slaves were able to hold their own as well. And I think the Anunnaki were smart enough to let them do their thing and not try to turn them into negative beings so they could feed off them more, or so they could actually, work for them properly and stuff like that. But you and a lot of others escaped, I feel, into the underground water places. And then from there, we're able to escape that whole planetary system and cycle and go somewhere else. And then you went to Arcturus, basically. Wow. So we've learned a lot about the Anunnaki here. Yes, they will. Oh my goodness, absolutely. That's why these Anunnaki are, and like I'm in Anunnaki territory here right now. I wonder what they think if they would know that we're looking at them. Yeah, Mira, it's very interesting. So these Anunnakis, they are absolute slave masters. They've played this game for a long time. And that's why they put the spell on the DNA, which was easy for them. So I think humans were easy prey for the Anunnaki because they'd been, if you live 200,000 years old, you learn a lot, right? They would have their jaws on the ground. Like, oh, yeah, it's like, wow. Very, very interesting, the Anunnaki. Let's see, maybe we can get a few more informational points here. What do you think? We're digressing from the reading here, but this is important information, which I've never even heard before. Let's see. Anunnaki, can you give us some more information, please? Can you give us more information about the Anunnaki and Earth and everything to do with that? I wonder if they planned to stay and colonize Earth. No. I don't think so. I do think they did come here though. But they wanted to mine the gold. No, they wanted to try to get their planet back, I feel. They wanted to try to because of course no planet could be good enough for them. really. And I think they were a bit homesick too. They wanted to try to reconstruct their own planet at some point, come back to it. I don't understand these, like some of these negative soul groups, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand their intention. I can't understand it. What do they want? Why do they want to be like that? Okay. I think I've had enough of these buggers for the moment. So Mira, that's where you lived. But you held your own and you escaped. Let's check how many lifetimes you lived on Niburu. Can we get a number? Yes, I have my pendulum right now. Yes, Mercury. The atmosphere needed to be, yeah, exactly. Lily. And I think there weren't that many of them in the end. There weren't that many because they lived so long as well. In the beginning, there were more, I think, but later there were not that many. So let me see how many lifetimes. Can I get a number for Mira? Yes, I can get a number. Give me a number in my mind. Oh, you didn't live there that long. 46 lifetimes? Yes. Mira, you lived 46 lifetimes on Niburu. That's not that much.
Wow.
Enough, but
seems so many.
Too many, yeah. So you were there 46 lifetimes and then you were able to get out. Yes, you were able to get out. Wow. And I feel you were there with a group of others, so you weren't alone. It was a group of other Orion souls, lots of Orion, maybe a group of 20 that you were in, that I see you there in that life with, working for them. Sometimes like just not doing anything either because they were not very organized. They were like trying to figure out what to do. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting. Let's just, while we're at it, quickly look how many lifetimes on Polaris, because also you went there first. So they took you to Polaris. Oh, you were there with the Draconians. Okay. And then they gave you to the Anunnaki. I guess it was a slave trade, huh?
Probably.
Wow. Gosh, as above, so below, eh? So how many lifetimes on Polaris? Draconian, yes. Draconian slavery, yes. Polaris. It was it more lives? Yes, it was over 100. 125. 125 lives on Polaris.
No.
Taken there also by the Draconians, but it was different. I feel Polaris wasn't completely overtaken. It wasn't destroyed. It was just kind of partially overtaken. So it wasn't quite like as a complete slave all the time, like physically, right? It was more enslaved incarnational cycles, but I feel that you were a little more free there. You know? So
that's good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Wow. Cool. So that very interesting. So I'm going to try to turn the camera on again for a moment. Here we are. So that was quite an interesting journey. So now the interesting thing is this. Once we've made a journey somewhere, you can go back. So any of you, if you want more information, it's easy now. You've made that path. We've created. That's how I always learn about starseeds. I first have to have a client, either incarnated there myself or have a client who's been there, and I follow that thread through the Akashic record. And once I've been somewhere, then I can always tune back in and get more information because we've already been there. We've made the energetic connection. So for every single one of you who's here right now, if you ever want more information about Anunnaki, about Nibiru, about any place we've gone, just put the intention out, tune in, ask a question, and either now or then later or in the days to come, you will get answers. You will know, and it will be truth because you've been there and you've created the connection. It's not a very happy connection, but it's interesting to get information, right? You did not like the vibe. Oh no, not a good vibe. Not a good vibe at all. Wow, like pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. But it's interesting to know, so we know what we're up against here, right? So they are powerful, but negative beings are never as powerful as we, beings of light. So yes, let's go to Inner Earth Agartha. We have many places to go, and we will do that moving forward. But we have to like concentrate a little bit on this stuff still. Once we have done the readings and done the things that we need to do, in the future, we're going to go on so many beautiful journeys, my friends, in these courses. We're going to do it. I've never been to Inner Earth. I have no idea what it's like. So Mira, this is like I hope that was interesting for you.